Hey, it's Mataro Yanto here. Uh, I'm deciding to post a video response to Brett Keen's latest video about friendships and relationships as far as being atheist and being friends with Christians and Muslims and etc. And his basic point was that it's impossible, or at the very least highly unlikely, because of the Christians' belief of you basically being worthless or just a way for them to get points with God. Um, I think this is going to be the first time that I really disagree with what he's saying because, and I knew that it was probably going to come eventually, but basically because of the fact that he does one thing that's um, it kind of, I don't know what to think about it. He basically does a sort of thing which a lot of Christians do, where they say that all atheists are anti-theists, or all atheists are this, and all atheists are that. And it might apply to some, but they use it as sort of an attack against them and against all atheists, even if it truly does not apply to one. And this, I must say, is one thing that he does to a lot of Christians that I know, because practically like 75% of my friends are of a faith of some kind, and most of them really don't care about religion that much. Now, I understand that he's probably trying to take this as like an evangelical's point of view, where he's basically saying that if someone's an evangelical Christian, then there's no way it can be possible because their mind is constantly revolving around God. And I don't think, but the only, and he probably didn't mean to apply it. Well, I don't know because he might do that. But the point is that he can't apply it to a lot of moderate Christians because a lot of moderate Christians actually don't concern themselves with the Bible. Remember, there are a lot of Christians who believe in evolution. There are a lot of Christians who are accepting to a lot of scientific theories and try their best to spin it into their belief and into their own belief system. Um, and for that, I mean, could you really take a Christian that is accepting of evolution and say that they're on the same par as an evangelical Bible literalist as far as whether or not they have the ability to be compassionate for people of other religions besides themselves, and especially non-believers? Um, I've had a lot of Christians say that I'm basically the that I have a lot of people who say that I'm very deserving of a spot in heaven if it exists, and I thank them for that. You know, are there some that try to put the point of, oh, you'd be perfectly put in heaven you know, you were, if you were to believe in him, sure, but that's the fact of there's a lot of atheists that will not be friends with Christians because they find all people of a certain belief to be idiotic, and that is on par with what Brian Keat is saying about certain people of certain faiths. So what? When he asked to post a video response, the only thing I could really think of was that, well, his view may apply to some, but because he attaches the all tag to it, it becomes moot and obsolete because there's no way to prove that because life experience has told me that there are a lot of Christians out there. The only person I've had a religious debate about is my grandmother, and even she was like, nah, isn't very concerned about me being an atheist. At first, she was just surprised that I was the first one to really come out and say it, even though she knew that there were a lot of people in the family that were not of the belief. They just didn't really openly say it like I did. Um, so to her, I think it's out of sight, out of mind, and that's what I think a lot of my friends do. Is that if it's not like we talk religion 24/7. We concern ourselves with the things of everyday life, work, school, other friends, drama within the friend circle, problems at home. All of that correlates to friendship, and it's up to the individual to see whether or not religion either becomes equal, greater, or of less importance than those things. And the Christians that I've met, besides maybe one or two, but they also have a lot of flaws, which were another reason why I wasn't really friends with them. Um, Besides those one or two people, the what the that whole mindset, and they have the mindset that religion really doesn't matter. It's a personal decision. It's like what people say about the argument for gay marriage that kind of supports what Christians are saying, which is that we understand that there are a lot of people that personally, because of their beliefs, do not believe in homosexuality being equal of heterosexuality. But it's not the state's job to decide that. And because of the fact that we are a secularist nation by law, we can't change that. So, in all basic, I know this is running way too long and I've got off topic already, but I just wanted to post this because while it may be true, and I know that a lot of the people he talks about is that he used to get along with, or that he got along with, that were Christians, eventually, like, really weren't good friends. But that's not being a good friend overall. That's not just because they're a Christian. It's the same thing as a friend that was more attractive to you, and they constantly brought up that they were more attractive to you. That's not because that of that they're because of this religious circle or something. They're just arrogant. They're just someone who values themselves so highly because of a certain feature, a certain belief. And that's in everyone. There are atheists that do that. There are Christians that do that. It's not something that can be pinned down to believers. I'm Atari Anto, and those are just my thoughts on it. Uh, Peace and have a good year, good life, all that good stuff.